Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. We are from group 5 and we will be presenting on our group assignment. My name is Muhammad ZAHIN bin Muhammad Zahir and I will be covering the first topic, which is the history of instrument and measurement in the Islamic world. The Islamic world has a rich history of advancements in the field of instruments and measurement, particularly during the Islamic Golden Age, which traditionally dated from the 8th until the 13th centuries. Islamic scholars and scientists have made significant contributions towards various branches of science, including mathematics, astronomy, optics, mechanics, and many more. So these developments played a crucial role in the advancement of instruments and measurement techniques. And here we have listed down several examples of the significant contributions made by Muslim scholars to the development of instruments. And from the illustration we have provided, which is taken from the Islamic Golden Age, we have discovered three instruments that are developed and used in that Islamic Golden Age, which are the quadrant, the astrolabe, and clocks. So these instruments were used for a variety of purposes, including astronomy, navigation, timekeeping, and surveying. So as a disclaimer, these instruments were not first invented by Muslim scholars, but they contribute greatly towards further improvement of the original device, and the development of this instrument keep improving by other scholars as time goes by until the innovative modern instruments of today can be invented. And here is the picture of those three instruments, which is the astrolabe, the quadrant, and the clocks. Number one, astrolabe. It is an ancient astronomical instrument that was a handheld model of the universe. Basically, it is an instrument used for measuring the position of celestial objects. The astrolabe was further developed and refined during the Islamic Golden Age, where Muslim astronomers introduced angular scales to design and adding circles indicating azimuth on the horizon to make it easier to be read. So it is generally agreed that the design of astrolabe was then perfected in the Islamic world. Sufi, one of the most famous astronomers of the Islamic world, has outlined over 1,000 uses of an astrolabe. Among them are telling the time from the sun or stars, finding the time of sunrise or sunset, determining latitude on land or calm seas, help scheduling prayer times, determining the Qibla direction, and determining the height of a building. So basically, the application of astrolabe is very wide, including astronomy, astrology, navigation, surveying, timekeeping, determining prayer times, Qibla direction, and etc.
Okay, next is quadrant. Quadrant is an instrument used to measure angle up to 90 degrees. Different versions of this instrument could be used to calculate various readings such as longitude, latitude, and time of day. Islamic astronomers in the Middle Age improved upon the early ideas of the quadrant, and Islamic astronomers made advancement in astronomical theory and observational accuracy. They are credited with developing four types of the quadrant. The four types of quadrant developed by Muslim scholars. The first one is science quadrant, used by solving trigonometric problem and taking astronomical observation, developed by Al-Khwarizmi in 9th century in Baghdad. Second one is universal quadrant, used for solving astronomical problem for any latitude, developed in 14th centuries in Syria. Next is horary quadrant, used for finding the time with the sun. And lastly is astrolabe quadrant, a quadrant developed from the astrolabe. One of the significant advancements in Muslim civilization was the invention of the clock and timekeeping. The scholars and inventors built and expanded upon device to record and measure time by creating innovative automata, performing comprehensive mathematical analysis, building complicated clock, and attempting to master automated control. So as you can see, this is the type of clock that invention by Muslim scholars. First one is Al-Haytham water clock. Next is Muhammad Al-Sayyuti Umayyad water clock and Taqi-ad-Din mechanical clock. Next, this is the type of the clock that invented by Al-Jazari, which is known as Islamic fathers of robotics. The first one is elephant clock. Next one is castle clock, and the third one is kettle clock. All the invention is used to timekeeping and measure the time.
Next, we will jump into the next section of explaining the instrument. So the selected instrument is digital emitter, and here we are providing two types of different brand for digital emitter, which is one is from Select brand and the other is from Nippon brand. So here we can see that the display range for Select brand is better, which is at 0 until 6200 ampere, while also the accuracy for Select brand is also better than Nippon brand, which is at plus minus 0.5% of CT primary setting. After comparing those two brands, we decide to choose the digital emitter from the Select brand. And now here is a data and specification that being extracted from the datasheet itself. First, we have an input coverage, and then input type, frequency, resolution, accuracy, dielectric resistance voltage, power consumption, and lastly is the temperature. From the datasheet also, it provided a dimension of the instrument, such as the front bezel, the side view, and also the panel cut view. Now let's jump into the integration with Quran and Sunnah. So from the datasheet itself, we can know that the function of the emitter is measuring the current. Like we said from Hadith Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, عن أبي عن الشداد بن عوف رضي الله عنه رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم قال إن الله كتب الإحسان على كل شيء. That's being said that verily Allah has described excellence in all of things. So an emitter helps individuals to monitor and regulate their electrical usage, and also promoting environmental sustainability and stewardship. So by providing high quality instrument, it demonstrates a commitment to excellence and fulfilling one's responsibility to offer reliable and effective product. And then from the instrument datasheet, we have been informed that the instrument have the accuracy of plus minus 0.5% of CT primary setting. Accuracy is to be rooted in some teaching, supported by numerous evidence from Quran and Sunnah, like being said for Allah, ولا تقف ما ليس به عين إن السمع والبصر والفؤاد كل أولئك كان عنه مسؤول. Being said, and do not pursue that of which you have no knowledge. Indeed, the hearing, the sight, and the heart, above of those have been questioned. So, from the verse highlight the need for accurate information and discourage spreading rumors or irrelevant knowledge.
The emitter datasheet stated the temperature operation temperature is between -10 degrees Celsius to 55 degrees Celsius. So providing instrument datasheet that includes safety information, operating instruction, and precaution aligns with this principle of preserving life and preventing harm. For example, when we use the digital emitter above 55 degrees Celsius, it will lead to breakdown and harm the consumer itself. Using the emitter with right precaution step helps prevent from breakdown and electrical hazard. This situation is related to this verse. Ya ayyuhallazina amanu la ta'kulu amwalakum bil batil illa an takuna tijaratan an taradin minkum wa la taqtulu anfusakum innallaha bikum rahima. Sadaqallahul Azim. This Quran stated the sanctity of life stating and do not kill yourself. Indeed, Allah is to you ever merciful. Surah An-Nisa, verse 29. This verse highlights the importance of avoiding action that harm oneself or others. Islam encourages believers to take necessary and precaution and fulfill their responsibility to protect themselves and others, and providing instrument datasheet that prioritize safety is reflection to Islamic view. For the last specification of datasheet is resolution. The datasheet stated the resolution of emitter is 0.01 ampere, 0.01 ampere, and 0.1 ampere. The resolution itself is usually specified as the least significant digit (LSD) of or the smallest unit of measurement that can be displayed. For example, if we use the emitter that have resolution 0.1 ampere, that means it can detect and display the data of increment 0.1 ampere. From Islamic perspective, the concept of resolution is related to precision and honesty in dealing That can be related from to Hadith Prophet Muhammad, Balliqu anni walau ayah. Convey from me even if a single verse. Sahih Bukhari. It's highlight the need of for Muslim to ensure that even the smallest piece of knowledge is conveyed correctly without any distortion happen. So by conveying knowledge with precision, the measuring data will be more precise. The hadith emphasize the responsibility of Muslim to faithfully preserve and pass off on the teaching of Islam, contributing to the preservation of its purity.